after 100 videos, people gonna take my video and they're gonna AI it, and I'm gonna just say some wild stuff.
They go.
Yeah, they're gonna take my voice from all these videos.
Oh man.
Listen, I'm gonna be saying some crazy stuff. Be ready. You gonna get a phone call,
Oh boy.
and it's gonna be like, yeah. I don't know how I sound, but yeah.
Okay.
So
Well-
yeah, go ahead.
So we're talking about money here. I'll kind of break down a situation that happened to me. So basically, someone was telling me that I should speak properly and not say, you know what I'm saying. You know how I am.
Yeah.
And I think you say it too
Yeah.
as well, sometimes. And yeah, that person said that, right? So fast forward from that,
Yeah.
they heard my music and they were like, wow, you sound so good and everything. And then Russ, you know Russ the entertainer,
Yeah. He's a rapper, right?
yeah, the rapper. So he comes on the TV now and he's like, this is who you need to be. He has all this YouTube success and you know he's blowing up, and you could hear the what's her name? The person, you know, like hyping him up
Oh, okay.
basically on TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, because you know I know Russ. We both know Russ. So,
You know him personally?
no, not that way, but you know,
Oh.
we know Russ.
Okay.
We know Russ when we used to kind of, how do I say?
So you saying, right, that you've like heard it in passing. You've heard some songs in passing. I remember I heard Russ like when What You Want came out. That was like his big single, and I was like, yo, this is crazy, right? But now I don't really listen to that music anymore.
Right.
But I do know of him. He's an independent artist too, so that's like, you know, kind of inspiring for all the artists out there.
Right.
But yeah, like I know of his music and the way he carries himself and what he says and you know all those things. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So basically he came up on the TV, and I looked him up, and I saw one of his interviews, and he cursed, you know, in the interview. And it's funny because this person had a problem with me saying, you know what I'm saying, but there was no research done on Russ, and it's like, you praising him for what reason? You know, for what? And you're telling me that I should be like him, you know, as far as, you know, trying to blow up, or whatever the case may be. And I just want to say that it's that, you know, when you make it, it's like you can say whatever, you can do whatever, but if you have not made it, it's like you get dragged type thing, you know? It's like people are quick to say something negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're quick to say something negative, and yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
No, that's a good point. Like I don't think that being real, being authentic is a hindrance, right? Especially in this day and age, right? We live in 21st century.
Right.
It's 2024.
Right.
We have AI. We don't even need to correct ourselves.
Right.
Like you don't really have to think to get things fixed to be proper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and what you know what's happening in the world right now? There's a loneliness epidemic. That's what they say. So, more so than not, people want to, you know, talk to people and reach out to people that are like them, that they could relate to, that they could have real conversations with. Back in the day, you didn't have a phone, you didn't have a TV, you didn't have all of these things, so you could actually go and like talk to people in real life. You had to. That was the only way to get things done.
Exactly.
So, like to me, the reason that, you know, hopefully we translate speaking the way that we do,
Yeah.
right, is because there are real people on the other side of the camera
Right.
that, you know, are like, hey, I appreciate you guys. You know, and in the world, there's a lot of fakeness.
A lot of fakeness.
There's a lot of fakeness.
Yep.
So
The wall is backwards. If you have money, it's like people don't say much. People do not say much. You could not know your ABCs and have money, and it will be overlooked. Okay,
Yeah.
it would be overlooked.
Yeah, that's funny because R. Kelly couldn't read or write.
Oh wow. So,
That's how you used to lure them in.
oh wow. I didn't know anything about that.
I'm not gonna get into that right now.
Yeah,
I'm not
let's-
gonna.
yeah.
That's another story for another
boy.
day.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but you're right. You know, if you're popular, things are looked at in a certain way. So, like, at least for me, I don't want you to feel like, yo, I have to speak in a certain way. Especially for me, because I'm always trying to, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's a me thing, but I'm trying to be cool all the time. And I don't want to be shunned for not being cool.
Right.
So I try to stay on top of everything, on top of the lingo. Cause like I grew up, when I was in school, I was not cool.
Right.
And even though like I didn't really get bullied, people will say like, "Ah, you back up."
Right.
And
No, I want to hear you. I want you to tell them the story about how they voted you.
oh,
I wanna hear that story.
ah,
Well, I want them to hear.
yo, it's crazy. So every year, my class. Well, this doesn't have nothing to do. I guess I don't know. This is okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, it's
I don't know if this has anything to do with me not being cool, but definitely it does.
right.
Every year, my class would like have a unofficial official ranking of the best looking people, and every year I would be either last or second to last for my entire school year, my entire school existence, right? So when I got out of school, and that kind of like leads to why I live the way I live, because I was like, nah, I can't, you know, I can't like be this guy. I have to be something else, right? And I was also lazy, so I did it kind of in a lazy way. But yeah, it was
But
that
things
wasn't
changed.
fun.
You got popular.
I don't even know if I'm
Things changed well. You know, it
I'm-
kind of
yeah, it's a little better now.
It kind of faded.
yeah,
you know, but-
real life came into the equation. But I say all that to say, right, it's important to stay authentic to who you are, right? Like, there's gonna be people around who are telling you, okay, you gotta be like this, you gotta be like that, and there might be something to it, but changing does not mean losing your authenticity. So like, if I go into a boardroom meeting, right? So I'm from the Caribbean, right? If I go into a boardroom meeting and I lose my whole accent, I lose, you know, I start talking like, you know, I'm a white person, my whole identity is gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you are your identity, right? That's why God loves us.
Right.
We were all made in his image, right? And there's probably a text that says this, right? I'll put it on the screen.
Right.
But we were all made in God's image, right? But we're all unique and different. There's no thumbprint or fingerprint that's the same for anybody,
Right.
unless you're an identical twin, right? And even identical twins are different. So when, you know, you're in life and you're hearing stuff like, you need to be like this, you be like that, right? Think about who you are, who you want to be, and put that as the priority.
Right.
Because, you know, you could change, but you don't want to lose who you are. That's what makes you special. There's something that Gary Vee said, right? And he's like a famous business person. He said, everyone has their perspective. Everyone has their perspective, and everyone's perspective is unique to them. This is your perspective is the one thing that you can give the world that no one else has to give. Is your lived experience, right? So the way that I talk, and you know what's also so funny about the way that I talk? Also in school, when I was growing up from 1st to 6th grade, I had a straight American accent. I did not have a Caribbean accent at all, right? And I used to get teased for it.
Wow.
When it took me up until like 7th grade to finally get an accent. So when I finally got that accent, it was like, oh, I'm keeping this. I'm not even gonna try and yank or try and talk like anybody else. I'm just keeping this accent. I don't care where I go. This is my accent for the rest of my life. I work too hard to get this accent.
Right.
But
right.
yeah, like you know, I think it's just important to be authentic and unique to yourself. Like you everyone's afraid to stand out, but the people who stand out are the people that everyone loves.
Right.
So
Yeah. And to add to that, based on the situation I was talking about, you know, with the person, my uncle was like, "Do not pay that negativity, you know, any attention." Yeah, he was like, "This is you know, a chance to be yourself. Like, this is not an interview. YouTube is not an interview per se.
yeah.
You know, just, you know, you could switch it up."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. So, yep, and I took that to heart. Yeah. So.
No, I love
That's it.
that. I love that. So yeah, so just be you, and you know, don't even worry about what other people say.
Yeah, don't trip.
Don't trip about it.